Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ciarra. Please do remember, if you do not like what I say, how I say it, or why I say it, then please do feel free to click off this video and go about the rest of your day in peace. And so, sorry if I sound nasally at all. I've been working on getting over a cold and all that, so yeah. But today we have another pick a card, and this is going to be covering the topic of what are your spiritual gifts and purpose. So in purpose in regards to kind of like what is the purpose of having these particular spiritual gifts, or maybe like kind of life purpose kind of questions. I don't know. We're going to see just what comes up in the cards in regards to that, but definitely trying to pinpoint more about your spiritual gifts and what those may be, confirmation for you guys, all that. So, of course, we have 5 different piles here, and please do keep in mind that this is a general reading, and so not every card, not every message is going to resonate for you personally, so please do take it as it resonates when it does. If you're attracted to more than one pile, that is perfectly fine, because again, your personal spiritual gifts might be spread across more than one pile. It might be a little bit from this group, a little bit from that group kind of situation. So again, just take it how you will. Use your intuition, a pendulum, whatever need be, to select the pile that is going to be the most accurate for you personally. And again, apply to it how you will. Read the messages how you do as well, because again, we all have our own oracle within us, so trust what you feel off the cards as well. So with that said, 5 piles here. So pile 1, we have this image with the lemon chrysoprase. Pile 2, we have this image with a carnelian. Pile 3, we have this image with the Russian Amazonite. Pile 4, we have this image with a bumblebee jasper. And finally, for pile 5, we have this image with sodalite. So take as much time as you need. Again, the images that I'm using here are some of my own artwork. If you guys are interested more in that, please do check out my Instagram or my Redbubble. And let's go ahead and jump into these messages. All right. For those of you who picked group 1 with this particular image and the lemon chrysoprase, let's go ahead and jump into your reading. So let's go ahead and see what cards we have, starting with the tarot. And so for you guys got the 9 of Cups here. So we have the 9 of Cups. You also have the Bear. You have the Peacock, the Turtle. We also have Yule with Rebirth. I definitely think I'm already in a sense that some of you are very strong manifestors. You can, and a lot of it has to come from your emotions, how you manifest. You also are some of you are very good at rejuvenating yourself, like coming out of periods where you're in hibernation and then you come alive again. So I feel like overcoming bad situations and turning them into positives, or learning a lot from them and going into the positive. We also have New Earth, a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. We have career change. You're embarking upon a career that brings you the joy and abundance you desire and deserve. We also have the shaman with trust in higher forces. So some of you have shaman-esque gifts and purpose. We also have, we got a couple here. We got inspiration. Isis, goddess of magic, I ask thee to bring your inspiration to me. We also have Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. A lot of you have a lot of strong spirit guides around you. You could connect to the spirit guides. You could speak with them. They speak to you. We also have love. Love, a steadfast embrace of the heart, flows through and from you at all times, for all time. There's a lot of cards here. We're going to have a lot to unpack here. So, Water Dragon helps you flow easily around obstacles. Christ, light, and love are flowing. Develop your psychic abilities. Go with the flow. So yeah, again, I was talking about emotions with the Nine of Cups. A lot of you, your emotional state has a lot to do with how your psychic abilities and your spiritual gifts really flow and how they work. And again, I feel like a lot of you have an ability to get over obstacles very well. You adapt to change well. Because again, you have that rebirth card. So before I go ahead and pull out the other cards here, let's go ahead and just kind of unpack what we got here. So I want to start off by talking about that Nine of Cups a little bit more from this particular deck. So with this, it's all about contentment, achievement, realization of dreams, a time of enjoyment and celebration, a rewarding emotional life. Someone may be missing from your life, or you may feel strangely lonely. Have been through difficulties in the past, now close relationships and warmth abound. Inspiration, creativity, any obstacles will be easily handled. Make sure you appreciate your blessings. So again, I also feel like what was standing out to me, again, we have that echoing of being able to easily move around obstacles, overcoming those obstacles. And again, it was talking about, Christ, light, and love are flowing. And then we also have the love card here. So a huge part of how you engage with your abilities and you are able to overcome this is through engaging with love. And I also feel like a part of that is remembering your ancestors or connecting with your ancestors. Even though there's people that have left your life or have moved on to the other realm, or maybe it's even like a sense of connection for people from past lives, they're still with you. They're still watching. You have a lot of these obstacles that are placed into your path are divinely placed there for you to overcome, because every obstacle you overcome actually strengthens your gifts even more. You're meant to float around them and adapt to them. You're not meant to, I don't feel like you guys are a group where it's like you kind of barrel through an obstacle and just destroy it. You move around it. You learn how to adapt with it. There's something important that you're learning from each one of these obstacles, and it's strengthening your heart. Maybe a lot of you have very heart-centered chakras. Yeah, love is a huge part of how you kind of engage with your abilities here, and you're able to overcome all of this. It's also interesting that we have the career change here. You're embarking upon a career that brings you joy and abundance you desire and deserve. So maybe right now at this point when you're watching this particular video, whenever it is you're watching it, you are going through a very strong change in your life, a rebirth of some sort. And so that's kind of part of why you're even clicking on this video, because you're wanting to learn more about what it is you're meant to be doing. I feel like whatever career change it is that you're about to make, it is for your betterment. It is going to help you on pointing you onto the right path is what I'm trying to muster out here. Sorry, guys. Let's see. I want to talk a little bit about, because I feel like these two are, for some reason, are connected. So a new earth, it's happening. Keep and hold the vision. So let's see. Don't give up now. You're closer than you think. I know it's hard to hold the frequency of a new age when it feels as if so much is crumbling and so many are losing faith. This is your sign that you're facing the right direction. You have a great gift in being able to see the potential of things before they exist. Tend to the new seeds. A dream them into existence. Don't lose faith now. Keep your focus fixed. Planting new seeds and bringing about a shift of the ages is no mean feat. It requires extreme trust and radical vision. If you pull this card, it's a reminder to have faith. You choose to be here, to be part of this global shift. Whether you're bringing it about through prayer or meditation, or through working on a new project, job, or creation, keep going. It's happening. Don't give up now. The world needs more dreamers like you, more people with hope in their hearts. The road ahead may not be plain sailing. Ushering in a new age of time of change never is. You're being encouraged to remember that you have been working toward this for so long, it's almost here. Don't question yourself now. Don't waver. Dig your devotion deeper. For if you do it, in the not too distant future, be able to sit back and watch all that you've so carefully planted and nurtured grow and bloom. It's possible. Keep focusing on your dreams. You're closer than you think. So definitely, some of you could definitely, I just said definitely twice, be starseeds here. So it's like you're part of this new age. You feel like you don't easily fit into any mold, and you probably have gone through some harsh things through your childhood that you've overcome. You've learned a lot from those experiences. I also feel like this is kind of connected to, again, this 9 of Cups here, where it's like your dreams, whatever it is that you want to achieve, you can bring it into existence just through the power of your thoughts, because the 9 of Cups is also a wish card. It has been viewed as that, like a wish being granted. So whatever wishes that you project out there, they can actually manifest, and you are part of this process of creating this new, the new age, the new earth here. So a lot of your gifts have to do with manifestation, and I feel like healing collective energy, or helping with inspiring other people, because we do have the inspiration card here. You have a lot of creativity, a lot of great ideas that you need to project out in the world. So you can't be hiding yourself. You can't be too shy about these things, especially with something like the bear here. Let's talk about these animal ones real quick. So, and of course we have a couple more cards to pull here. So with the bear, this is earth energy. And it is all about waking from spiritual slumber. So yeah, you guys are going through a major awakening possibly right now. And so it's like these gifts are going to come out. Again, a lot of you are shamans. How do I pronounce that? We'll get to this card in a second here. But waking from spiritual slumber, beginning anew. After a long winter, the bear rises from deep slumber. At first, the movement and effort are difficult, but the bear knows it's time to awaken and move toward the dawning light. The bear card represents an individual on the cusp of new directions and personal transformation. The initial weeks and months of the spiritual quest may feel tricky, cumbersome, and full of obstacles, but you have no choice, bear. Winter wanes. And the warmth of spring emerges, and your transformation begins. So when in balance, inner strength, yearning to grow. So again, you guys have a strong desire to always grow. You don't like stagnant energy, I don't feel like either. It's like you're a group who thrive on challenge in a way, even though you may not like it. But the obstacles, you realize, maybe at some point you will realize that the obstacles make you grow more than anything else does. You thrive in a space where it's like you're given challenge that you have to overcome. But again, it's not in a way that requires destruction. It's a way that requires more refinement and, you know, a delicate balance. You grow so much more from that. And through those obstacles, it's like you gain wisdom that you pass on to other people. I feel like, again, you guys are a group that eventually will be, you know, guiding other people or the next generation and passing on what it is you learn through your gifts. Again, a lot of you have strong magical abilities. Maybe some of you even feel connected to Isis, in particular, that goddess. Again, you need to follow your inspiration in your heart here. So when the bear is out of balance, though, it withdraws lethargy and heaviness. How to bring it into balance is through movement and exercise. So it's so important, again, for you guys, because I feel like your gifts are so connected to your emotions that you do get proper exercise, that you do go outside, you get moving, because it's going to help to release some of the tension that builds within your emotional space and also in your body, because again, everything is interconnected. So if one thing's out of whack, it's going to make something else out of whack. So you have to strike that balance. So movement is really important for you guys. Maybe some of you even want to be dancers. There's something poetic in the way that you move, that you can express something. It could be part of your gifts. It's like the way that you move expresses something that can't be expressed just through words alone. So Next up, we have the turtle here. So the turtle is all about ancient soul. So yeah, again, you guys are a group, I feel like, who have gone through multiple lifetimes. May resonate a lot with that starseed idea. And, you know, we have grounded as well, trusting, at home in the self. It's wonderful to be in the presence of a turtle personality. Like the beaver, the turtle has a strong relationship with the earth and water. Elements simultaneous. Again, you guys do have a very strong connection to the water element. That might be your strongest element to work with in your abilities is with water. So again, your intuition, your emotions, cleansing, healing, that sort of thing. So this helps ground and connect them to the deeper truths of life. No matter where their travels lead them, turtle energy is behind all great writers and storytellers as they collect life experiences under their shells for later use. The most potent turtle energy helps us close all the other books and begin to tell our own true tale. So when in balance, peaceful, adventurous, and productive. When out of balance, slows down to a halt. To bring into balance and adventure. So again, you guys, you need movement, you need excitement. Part of your gifts might be in automatic writing or, again, storytelling in general. Storytelling through movement, I feel like, is another important thing for at least somebody who's watching this particular pile. And it's interesting, like, so far, the two that we've read, your greatest challenge is not to be stagnant. Don't halt. Don't become lethargic. Don't sort of withdraw. That is where you hamper your abilities the most, is through hiding. You can't do that. You have to be in constant movement, like water. You know, water doesn't do well when it gets stagnant. Because it gets stagnant. It gets all kinds of yucky stuff. It gets algae growing on it. It gets mosquitoes. You know, you don't want that. You want a nice flowing river here. So lastly, we got peacock for this little group here. And so the peacock is about inner beauty, compassion, assimilation of anything. The beauty of the peacock is unrivaled. It's easy to think it comes from the plumage, but the secret of the peacock is that the beauty resides within and extends outward indefinitely. This inept creature can assimilate or digest all experiences of life, so it does not harbor resentment, conflict, or past pain within its psyche. The peacock type is extremely rare. Not many of us have reached this advanced level of acceptance of the self and others. When in balance, confident and kind. When out of balance, can't digest situations. How to bring into balance is through meditation on the navel. So that would be kind of like the solar plexus and the sacral chakra. So again, those are important areas. And that, again, relates back to inspiration and creativity here. So I definitely feel like you guys have a strong inner light. Again, you have a lot of inner beauty that you can share out in the world. People are going to be drawn to you for inspiration, because again, I think some people are going to be able to tell that you can be very lucky. Things can just, even though you get like all these challenges and these obstacles and then you overcome them, something great comes from that, like a great prosperity or luck or abundance or a boon or something. And that's what people, they sometimes don't realize how many challenges you go through to get to that. So they just see the luck. In some ways, they see the beauty aspect. They just see the plumage and they don't see necessarily deeper. So you have to teach them those aspects and show them. So we also have here, and I said I was going to read the shaman because I feel like that's pretty significant for some of you here. Trust in higher forces. So let's see. So with the shaman, this is trust in your angel guides and ancestors, because you have a huge council around you, so they want to help you. If you have given your power away, claim it back. So on the inner planes, all of the shamans of time gone by are helping the human race to understand the complexities of life and the needs of Mother Earth. Many are working as spiritual guides to light workers and light warriors. The shaman card brings energy of your shaman guides to you. So maybe specifically one of your strongest guides is a shaman from the past. Sorry if I mispronounced that multiple times. Don't hate me. But anyway, shamans believed that there was illness or disease, it was because of a person's power had been left behind somewhere on a negative pattern had instilled itself in them, or a negative pattern instilled in themselves. In a trance, they would travel to the underworld and recall this power and remove the demon. If this card comes to you, it's because you need to do some release work with lower energies or with your lack of trust in the spiritual energies that are guiding you. The shaman will aid you in your quest. There are spiritual allies working in your favor, and their miracles will unfold much more easily when you move into a state of trust. So call back your power and stop allowing external forces to divert you from the miracles you deserve. Hand over all of your concerns to your spiritual allies. When you do so, you allow them to send you intuitive guidance. The messages will allow you to correct the situation and come up on top. The shaman card also shows that you have shamanic potential to move between the realms and connect with your guides in an extremely personal way. So yeah, that makes a total sense, because again, we had that Council of Light here, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. So you guys, that's part of your spiritual gifts. You can maybe like astral travel. You can go between planes. You can even go directly to your guides, your Council of Light, and speak to them directly. But you have to trust first in order to get to that point. Let's also go ahead and pull out these other cards that we have here. We also have Lady Portia with Divine Order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. Again, a lot of you are going through extremely important lessons because of this rebirth. We also have the Messenger. I bring the light of awareness, perceptive, progressive, intelligent, adaptable, changeable, psychic, versatile, candid, agile, communicative, insightful, imaginative, curious, and instinctive. So again, you guys are a strong psychic group, and it's for the purposes of bringing messages for others. Again, I feel like you guys are a group who are going to be really teaching other people at some point in your life. We also have, again, there's that negativity coming out that this card was referencing. Whatever negativity you're holding on to, you need to release it, because again, this goes back to, like, don't be sleeping on your potential. Don't be lethargic. Don't let other things distract you, because I'm just really picking up on the imagery here. I feel like that is your biggest hamper to your gifts. Also, don't get into anything that is addictive in nature, like, I'm just going to throw it out here, drugs or alcohol. It's really going to affect you, and it's going to mess with your abilities hardcore. Sleeping pills even. Like, don't get into any of that, because you will be completely out of whack and you will just, your abilities won't work. We also have Mint here, and we have the Adder. So masculine energy is coming through with that. So let's go ahead and talk about the Yule card. So again, some of you, maybe you're born around Yule, or Yule was an important time period for you. Again, the winter. So your past is truly behind you. The difficulties you endured have made you stronger and wiser. A new way of life beckons. Shine your light brightly. Your wishes and dreams are coming true. Relax in front of a log fire. So again, your wishes and dreams are coming true, and you had that Nine of Cups here. So again, whatever hardships that you've gone through, you're overcoming them. You're coming into a new stage of awakening here, especially if you approach it from love and trust, and you believe in your guides. Again, there's been divine order working here. Do what you feel is right. That's maybe why some of you are making this shift in your career. Again, because you have messages coming through. And this is the Mercury card. So wherever your Mercury is in your natal chart, you really should look that up and see what house it's in, what sign it's in, because that might give you a lot of cues about your abilities. Again, I think you guys are a very perceptive group, and again, the adaptability, I think adapting is your strongest suit. You can adapt to pretty much anything when you put your mind to it and you believe in it. If you don't have that belief, and especially the belief in yourself, and if you buy into any sort of negativity, then it's not going to work for you. Again, your emotions are a huge key to all of this. So let's also go ahead and take a peek at what these two cards are trying to tell you before we go ahead and wrap this up. So with the Adder, so the Adder is transformation, healing, and life energy. Exactly. So it offers healing and transformation. Its ability to guide into the darkness through cervix in the crevices in the rocks connects us to the underworld. So again, we have that message coming up again. Again, you guys can literally you have a connection to the other side. Like, you can travel between the veils here, and so some of you might even be able to speak to like literally spirits. You might be very sensitive to that. You might know when there's like spirits around you. You can feel that energy. You have that connection to the underworld. So don't be afraid of it, because I feel like some of you might be freaked out by that, but it's like, again, it's a part of your gifts. It's not like, it's not a scary thing for you guys. It won't be. Because again, you are messengers. You're meant to do this. So, yeah, the underworld, the realm of death. It is the totem animal of the earth goddess and also the sky father sun god, and represents our ability to die and be reborn. The energy that enables us to be born on earth is sexual energy, but it's also necessitates our death. Befriending adder or snake power will enable you to journey through life gracefully and magically, shedding your old life easily when time comes, whether the old life be of a physical body or of a stage in this present incarnation. So again, there's that rebirth coming out. You guys can completely shed your skin and transform yourself into whatever it is you need to be at that time. Again, a strong connection to sexual energy as well as that. Because so whenever I bring that up, again, that sexual, sensual energy is also very much tied and related to creativity and passion and ideas. They both are kind of part of the same level. They're both interconnected. So again, without one, the other one might suffer as well. And again, if you, for some reason, if you're not super strongly connected to your sexuality or whatnot, then it's a even bigger emphasis to work more on your creativity. So let's also talk about the mint here. So with mint, this is all about clarity, concentration, renewal. Again, in the reverse situation, it would be confusion, dullness, and lack of focus. I feel like that definitely applies to you guys. So I'm going to read both in this case. The reverse, because I feel like the reverse is going to represent a lot of your challenges. So upright meaning, mint was traditionally used to aid concentration and digestion. Today, we often need to process a vast amount of information, and our concentration is challenged by 1,000 distractions. Choosing this card may indicate that you are entering a period where you need to focus carefully on your work or on what is currently happening in your life. It could well be that a renewal or freshness will appear in a relationship or project that you hadn't expected, and to profit from this, you will need to be attentive. Just as vibrancy and clarity are elusive qualities that can easily disappear in a moment, so too can opportunities for new life and growth be missed if you're inattentive. You might also like to think about ways in which you could be proactive in initiating renewal rather than simply waiting for it to occur. Again, don't wait for something to occur. You can make it happen. You just have to, again, put some intention towards it. So in the reverse meaning for the mint card, which again, I feel like it also applies to you guys in this particular group. Clarity is a subtle quality that is worth cherishing. If you've chosen this card, it may indicate that you have lost this characteristic and that you need to focus on bringing it back into your life. Remember, the feeling of waking to a bright spring day when you are young, of splashing your face with cold water, and a feeling of wonderful, clear-headed and alive. Ask yourself what you need to do to regain this feeling and see if you can take steps toward this. The plant world in particular can help you in this respect. Walking in nature, communion with trees and plants, eating the right foods and taking the right herbs can help to bring you this sense of clarity, freshness, and renewal that you seek. Alternatively, this card may signify a temporary loss of focus. It could be a time to explore your goals and discover what it is you really want out of life, and to start prioritizing your life accordingly. So again, making the right change for yourself, really focusing on what goals it is you want, listening to the messages that are coming through. So again, I definitely feel like you guys are a group that I feel like the strongest thing here is that ability to translate what you hear from the unseen worlds, from the underworld, communion with spirits, even astral projection, you know, leaving your body. I feel like you really have to watch out for negativity, for, again, not pursuing this clarity. Anything that is going to muddle your focus is going to mess with your abilities hardcore, and it's going to mess with your life. It's not going to help you flow in the way that you need to. So again, also, through this connection and this communication, and again, a lot of your abilities have to do with communication, and it helps you to manifest what you need. Again, because you had storyteller also coming out there and writing, so you have to follow your inspiration because it's going to help you to translate these messages to the people who need them. So with that said, that is everything I'm seeing here for this particular pile. So if this resonated, please do comment down below what you thought about it. You know, let me know, does that make sense? Does that sound like your abilities? Again, you guys are also really good at adapting, rebirth. You've gone through multiple transformations where you almost like become different people. Maybe even some of you have like shapeshifter-like abilities. Like you can completely almost like alter your looks in a way where it's like, one day you may look this way and like the next you'll look like something completely different. People will almost perceive you as a different person somehow. So yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting group. These are going to be interesting readings. They're going to be very specific, I feel like. So, and take it how you will. Comment down below what you thought about it. Make sure to subscribe and turn the bell notification if you do not want to miss any future videos. And if you'd like to help and support the channel in any way, there's going to be links to my Instagram. I would definitely love to see you over there. Redbubble, Ko-fi, my Amazon wish list. And then there's going to be info down there about how to book a private reading with me or me and my Pisces-Twin. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. For those of you who picked pile 2 with this particular image here and the carnelian stone, let's go ahead and see about what your cards are trying to tell you about your spiritual gifts and purpose. So we have, it's so interesting because you picked the carnelian group, and this card's in here. So the 4 of Wands, passion, creativity, a partnership might be very strong. You might have like a strong feeling and sense about twin flames or soulmates or something like that. Again, a divine counterpart. Your purpose, I feel like, has a lot to do with bringing together people, celebration, community. Yeah, we also have the Nightingale. So your voice. You guys are a very performative group, I feel like. Like, you're good at, again, you have a lot of that fire energy coming through. So it like, you make an entrance and it's like you grab people's attention, I feel like. So we also have Letha here with intensification. So Letha might be an important time period. This happens in the summer. We also have the golden children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. So again, you guys are a special group. A lot of you have very rare gifts, rare spiritual abilities that are not of the usual norm. It might not be like a typical Claire ability or whatnot. It's something especially unique to you, and it's also very much related to your childhood. It's related to your inner child. You have a strong inner child. That's already what I was getting, like a very youthful zest for life and adventure and curiosity, but maybe struggling a bit with responsibility and like being serious about things at times. We also have the builder. Your innate ability to build and create brings you a deep sense of accomplishment. So again, a lot of you are meant to build something in this lifetime around people. You might be very creative in that way. We also have Eagle with see from a higher perspective. So again, that's really important for you guys, is to see that higher perspective. We have 2 birds coming up already. So again, I feel like freedom is going to be extremely important for you. Your voice, your vision. We also, again, we have the 4 of Wands, and now we have passion here. So rise, passion, rise up high, inflame my purpose, reach the sky. Sorry, I'm like tripping over. Oh my god, what was I just talking about? I was talking about, you know, twin flame, 1111, and we have the 11 card here. So that might be very significant. I feel like you guys have a very strong, again, you attract people. You know, love and partnerships are going to be very important for you. Sensuality, sexuality, passion, that drive, a lot of the connection to your root chakra, your sacral chakra is going to be extremely important. We also have the card of awakening here. So energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. So again, I feel like everything is just intensifying for you at this time. You're going through this awakening to this next stage of these particular abilities. This door is opening up and you need to walk through it. We also have confidence. So yeah, self-confidence opens you up to the energy required to carry you through each day at your very best. So again, a lot of that fire energy coming through, the passion, the confidence, personal power. We also have the dusky pink dragon from Andromeda. So again, maybe some of you have a connection to Andromeda. And look, we have music notes coming through here. So again, music and singing might be very significant for you guys. We also have a lot of pink coming up right here. So that might be a significant color. Prepares all of your chakras to embody higher love. Accept and radiate higher love. Touch others with its flame. So again, that flame idea is coming through again. So again, you guys have a lot of love in your heart. It's connected to your inner child for sure. I definitely am curious to know if you guys are a group who had any issues in your childhood where maybe you didn't receive enough love, or maybe it's the opposite, you did get adequate love or something. But maybe for some of you, it was more challenge. Excuse me. Challenging in your childhood. Again, I'm working on getting over a cold. So interesting. We have Mercury coming out again. Open communication. Get a weight off your chest. Speak up with love and be heard. So again, communication, that singing idea just keeps coming up to me. Maybe that's your kind of your rare gift for some of you, is that ability of song, or maybe you're really good at writing songs or playing music. Get a weight off your chest. Speak up with love. You're something unique about your voice for sure. We also have, let's see what we got here. We have strategist with Mars. So pay attention to where your Mars is in your natal chart. Every vision has a plan. High achieving, productive, calculating, passionate, decisive, ambitious, enthusiastic, systematic, competitive, active, tactile, goal-oriented, persistent, and gritty. I was kind of getting that off Mercury as well, because the other thing that Mercury is related to, if you read up about him, you know, he's about communication, he's about healing, but he's also, you know, a god related to tricksters, to thieves, to travel. So again, that kind of lines up with that strategist idea. We also have the honorable warrior. Again, we have Mars twice here. Okay, that's kind of weird. So guys, definitely pay attention to your Mars. Where is it in your natal chart? What sign is it related to? What house? Because that might give you a lot of indications about what your gifts are. So I take a stand for positive change. Brave, courageous, strong, passionate, bold, hardworking, territorial, athletic, competitive, decisive, heroic, loyal, disciplined, and action or driven. So again, a lot of that same words are coming up here. Decisive. Again, we have passionate coming up 3 times here. So again, a very, very passionate group. Your gifts are very much related to your passions. We also have mental repetition. So practice is going to be key here. Also, don't get so wrapped up in your mind where it's like you're constantly going over the same things over and over and over again. That's not good for you, I don't feel like. But practice is good for you. But practice in which you're repeating the same action, but you're doing it a little bit different each time. So it's like you're working different parts of the muscle, if that makes sense. We also have, how do I say this? Arjumani. And we have the crane. So we'll get into these messages a little bit more in depth, but let's go ahead and start off by getting more of the messages from the Four of Wands here. So let's see. So the Four of Wands is hearth and home. Again, I feel like your childhood is significant, your home, building a strong foundation, and again, communities coming through as well. Like, you have the ability to build a community. You might even have an idea for some sort of social media kind of like hub or community where people can gather together to share ideas, or maybe you have some idea for that, some vision where it's like you want to bring together groups of people so that there's communication. Hearth and home, harvest, celebration, a situation of ease, comfort, and deep satisfaction, reaping the rewards of hard work, acquiring a new home and making it home improvements, successfully launching a new project or completing a phase of work, celebrating achievements. Your dynamism or energy may be frustrated or limited by your home, your routine, or your life. Try to accept and enjoy your circumstances. So that's pretty interesting there with the Four of Wands. So again, I feel like your home situation is always going to be significant for you, because it's either going to be a really good place that you enjoy, or it's going to be a place where it's like you do not want to be. You want to be on the move. You want to be traveling. You want adventure. You don't like to stay stuck into a particular place. That might also go back into, I feel like for you guys, there might be that challenge of commitment or responsibility, where it's like you like the fun stuff, you like the adventure, you like the passion, you like the creativity, but you maybe don't like the methodological portion of it, where it's like you have to do the repetitive things over again to get to that point. You have the skill, you have the talent, but you don't necessarily like the boring practice part of it. You like the performance, you like the acting, but you don't like, again, the hours of research to get to that next level. So that might be part of your challenge, is integrating those aspects and finding a balance, especially in your abilities. Because again, I feel like your abilities are something more subtle in a way. It has to do more with your personality. It has to do with the confidence that you use. It's the energy that you give off that I feel like is unique to you. It's a special gift. You might be able to see from a much different perspective from other people. There's something very unique about the way that you communicate and the way that you speak. You might have like an ability where it's like the words that you say, like it's kind of like you got a silver tongue, where it's like you can say something to somebody and it's like maybe you give like a subtle suggestion or something in your words, and the person will do that thing that you're suggesting, or you'll say that, oh, this is going to happen. You speak out those words and sure enough, that thing happens. Like your words that you speak have a strong relation to how your abilities manifest for you guys. So let's look a little bit more at that Eagle card. Let's see. So with the Eagle, look at things from a different angle, fly higher, and see new possibilities. Eagle medicine swirls around you, encouraging you to recognize that your views and visions may be limited at this time. Is there a chance that your own desperation, needs, or ego could be blocking you from seeing the potential in your current situation? If there are other people involved, you are being guided to see things from everyone's perspective. If you're feeling the need for something to change, how can you take the higher road? Know that if you have intentions that aren't for the highest good, it will hold you back. Eagle medicine can help you change this. The eagle brings the energy of healing and love directly from the heart of the Father Sky and invites you to do all things from a place of love. So again, I feel like you guys are a group maybe, especially with that inner child, where it's like on the negative aspects of the child, it's like you can be maybe a little bit self-centered, or it's like it's my way or the highway. It's like I want it now and I don't want to share with others. Like, it's kind of those things that have to be taught to a child so that they're not like a spoiled child. So it's like those spoiled child kind of attributes could be your attributes on the negative. Which is why it's like you have to see from other people's perspective. You need to sort of slow down, and it's like you want to, I feel like, again, community is extremely important. It's like you can be a leader in a community situation, but it's like you have to integrate these other aspects where it's like the more adult aspects where it's like you're taking responsibility and you have to, again, take responsibility for the wellness of the all instead of just the one single person you, if that makes sense. So let's also look a little bit at the Nightingale, because I feel like those are that's a strong aspect for you guys. So, fearless voice, speech, communication, or song. The song of the nightingale is otherworldly. This simple brown bird, almost unnoticeable among the flashy plumage of other birds, transports its listeners to the realm of poetry. Nightingale energy is with us when we write, compose, and especially when we sing. It reminds us that music heals the deepest wounds. This card indicates a need to open the bridge between the heart and the voice. Is there something you need to say? Look at that. We have that coming up twice here. Is there something you need to say? Open communication. Get a weight off your chest. Speak up with love and be heard. So some of you might be having issues expressing your gifts because you're not speaking enough. You're not letting your voice be heard in the crowd, in the community. You're not standing up. The minute you do that and you let your voice be heard, you're going to really change and impact things. When you embrace your confidence and you let that show, that's going to really help you. But again, don't let all that, once you do that, don't let the attention get to your head where it's like you become the only star in the center of the universe kind of thing. Something you need to say. How long has it been since you sang? Turn it up, write it down, and let it out. When in balance, sing, speaks freely with kindness. When out of balance, shy, lump in the throat. How to bring into balance is through music. So again, music might be a strong part of your own abilities. Again, that communication, that healing. Music could be very healing for you. Your voice is healing to other people. Again, you have a lot of passion to share with other people. This awakening is really going to affect you. You're going through these energetic upgrades, and it's really going to help to bring about your confidence. Because again, you have that inner child. So let's talk about the inner child here. So the golden child. So golden children, children of the sun, are highly advanced, extremely intelligent souls who are incarnating increasingly on the planet Earth. They have little or no personal karma and possess incredible gifts and intuitive abilities. The golden children are born with a very clear mission. Many remember it from a young age and begin answering and sharing it early in life. Due to their unique intelligence, they may find themselves easily bored at school. Most have never incarnated on Earth before, and so if they're not supported in the right ways, they struggle with physical life here. They often referred to as new humans. If you pull this card, it may be a sign that you're being called to mother, father, or nurture a child. You may be called to tend to your own inner child, a creative idea or project, or a new beginning. To treat yourself or the new beginning with sweet, tender love, to nurture and nourish it, to give it every chance to grow and reach adulthood, to encourage it, to water it, to see the world through the innocence of a child, to see yourself and all others as innocent children, to remember that deep down everyone is trying their best, and if they're treated with tender heart, they'll not harden as they journey through this great adventure called life. So again, maybe some of you are like, you don't have a lot of personal karma from the past, and you see things, again, I feel like you see things differently because you have this innocence about you. But again, that innocence can be manipulated by others if you're not careful, I feel like. Again, you have very rare and important gifts to share here. So with Letha as well, with the intensification, it's like even more so for you guys. It's like these things are going to be more intense. Everything's going to be more intense. And it's like simple things. Things that people think are like, oh, simple things are not simple things to you. There's always more challenge in it, but more excitement as well. It's like you're hypersensitive. That might be a part of your gifts. So with this, what you have been waiting for comes into fruition during the summer months. Shine brightly. Don't give away your personal power. Move forward fearlessly. Call on the strength of the sun gods to break through. So it's interesting. We have that mentioned, the sun coming through twice. So you guys have a strong connection to the sun energy, to fire energy. Definitely, because again, we have those Mars elements here as well. And so I'm just getting the sense that maybe some of you are Leos, or you have like a strong Leo placement somewhere in your natal chart. Yeah, you guys are an interesting group. You're unusual. People might perceive you as unusual. Maybe as a child you really struggled again in school, because again, your interests, if you didn't have an interest in it, then you didn't do it, you didn't like it. Like, you're that kind of person where it's like, if you don't have an interest in it, then you're not going to mess around with it, because it's a waste of your time. You want to put all your passion and your interest into the things that you really feel are worth building for yourself. So again, it's, if you like really liked creative stuff, then you didn't want to do like this boring, what you perceived as like boring science stuff or math. Or if you really enjoyed writing and reading, you didn't want to do like PE or something. It's like that's how you guys are. It was like all or nothing, I feel like, when it comes to your abilities. I feel like innately what you were interested in are part of your gifts, because you have like a natural born talent that is unique to you. Nobody else can do it in the way that you can. And so that's a part of your spiritual gift, is tied to whatever that talent is. That's what I innately feel here from these cards. So let's go ahead and see. With the crane. So the crane is secret knowledge, patience, and longevity. So it brings the qualities of patience and perseverance. The crane will stand for hours peering into the water until the time is right for it to dart at its prey. Combined with the ability to be patient, the crane conveys the capacity to be focused and to be able to concentrate without distraction. It brings an ability to guide others into the underworld, to help them with their transition at the time of dying, or with their journey to the inner realms, as well as conveying an ability to work in the underground. The crane symbolizes arcane science or secret knowledge, which in the Druid tradition is represented by the Orgham script, the tree language of the Druidry. In its widest sense, learning this language involves learning to read the book of nature. So again, I feel like your biggest challenge is patience a lot of times. Again, because you have that fire energy. I just keep going back to that. You have fire energy. So it's like, it's explosive. This is your element, is fire. So it's like, and it's interesting because each group so far is like having a strong element that's coming out for them to work with. And I feel like for you guys, it's definitely fire. It's strong. It's explosive, and then it dies out fast. So again, patience is going to be a strong challenge for you guys, as well as also I feel like aggression. With two with two of those Mars cards coming out, Mars can be a lot about aggression. It's a war. It's also, again, passion. For a woman, your Mars in your natal chart can tell you a lot about the man or the masculine elements that you're attracted to. For a man, it would be your Venus placement or your moon. That's one of those two. I can't remember exactly, but anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the plant card that we have here and see what else it has to say. So this is about purification, liberation, preparation for new beginnings. So one of the Gaelic names for this particular card is, I cannot read that right now. I'm not even going to try. So, which has been interpreted as sorrow of the Druids. However, a more complete interpretation would explain that it is the dispeller of sorrow used by the Druids. Since, this plant has the special property of helping to liberate people from depression and lethargy by eliminating negative energy from their aura and from their home. If you have drawn this card upright, it may suggest that you are ready to let go of feelings, thoughts, or attachments that are no longer serving you. I feel like it's especially stuff from your childhood. It brings a sense of purification and liberation that makes you want to step boldly forward into a new phase of your life, or perhaps a new job or relationship. Any sorrow that you may have been feeling will be dispelled. Whatever negative energies may have been lingering in your home or workplace will soon vanish as swiftly as the night vanishes at dawn. Any sort of sadness, lethargy, negativity that you're holding on to from the past, especially, you need to let it go. But you also have to have patience with yourself. Again, you have a very strong connection to that sun energy, and I'm really picking up on the moon being here. You might really want to avoid the subconscious feelings, emotions, because again, they're more difficult. They're going to take more patience, require more patience to get over those things and to really digest them and to work through it. It's not an easy process. It's not an overnight process to remove, not really to remove, but to integrate those shadow aspects, to forgive yourself for whatever it is that you're feeling, to forgive other people who've caused those things. It's going to be a slow process, and that's something you guys are not about. You like fast, you like excitement, you like that explosive fire energy. But part of honing in and refining, I think, your abilities is through that patience. I feel like maybe you guys are a group that you kind of know what your special gifts are, because again, it's this innate talent that you were born with. It's an innate talent that carries on through your soul, and you might kind of fall back on it because you just innately were good at it. You may not work at it as much, but in this lifetime, you need to put that work into it, because that's what's going to bring you a lot of celebration. You might also be a little bit of like a loner in that way, where it's like, it's your gift. You don't want to share it with other people or something. It's like, kind of like, again, I'm just getting the sense like you are the star of the show, but working in a community might also be very important, because again, that's going to teach you patience, because you have to be willing to listen to another person's perspective for longer and to share more. I feel like that's important for you guys. So hopefully that is making sense. But that is what I'm getting and sensing off these particular cards. So if this resonated, please do leave a like on this video. Comment down below what you thought about this. Did it make sense? If it didn't resonate, then it didn't resonate, and that's perfectly fine. And if you'd like to help and support the channel anyway, there's going to be links to my Instagram, to my Redbubble, to my Ko-fi, to my Amazon wishlist, all that good stuff. And if you'd like to book a private reading with me or me and my Pisces-Twin, all that info will be down in the description. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. All right, for those of you who picked group 3 here with this particular image and the Russian Amazonite, let's go ahead and jump into your reading and see what cards we're working with here. So, oh boy. So, for your tarot card, we have the Two of Cups. So, definitely, so I'm getting a couple things here. So, it could be for you guys that you have very strong polarities. And when it comes to your gifts, a strong sense of the masculine and the feminine within you. There might be sometimes a challenge of balancing the two, but they're meant to be in balance for you. It could also be that your gifts are not going to be as strong as potent without your other half with you. You two are meant to come together, and that's when your powers will really come alive. They really will awaken. It could also be that you have a very strong sense of another half in the spiritual world. So it could be somebody who you see in your dreams, a strong spirit guide, whatever it may be. It's somebody who is connected to you in that way and who you share gifts with. We also have the Camel. We have Containment with the Cauldron. So again, like you're a vessel almost, I feel like, for another thing to come through and speak through you. So maybe channeling is really your particular spiritual gift here. Some form of channeling. We have Water Your Garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. So it's really, really important because of that. Like you guys could be maybe empaths. It's like you're really affected by another person's emotions or feelings. So it's like you have to take very good care of your body and your mind and get adequate rest, because that can take a lot out of you. Channeling can take a lot out of you. Oh yeah, totally. We have options here. So consider the career possibilities that are open to you. So you have a lot of options and things available to you that you can engage with. You might have a lot of ways in which to channel. Specifically, we have writing here. So you heal, inspire, teach, and entertain with the words you write. So automatic writing, that might be your way of channeling when it comes to writing, or when it comes to your ability. Again, just a strong sense that you have this strong connection to another spirit, or that you are like this vessel. You also have the Spirit Fox. So trust your talents in changing times. So you have to trust in your abilities to help you with the changes and challenges that you go through. We also have the High Priest with harness mystic power. So again, you guys have High Priestess-like abilities. You can be this spiritual leader for other people. People will come to you and ask you questions, because it's like you can channel what it is they need to know from their guides. We also have, look at this, the imagery right here. It's like the same person almost. So confidence. By earth and air, water and fire, let my confidence take light and burn higher. So working with all the elements is important here. So each group so far has had like a very strong, prominent element. Maybe for you guys a little bit more of the water element, but I feel like more so it's like working with all the elements is important for your balance. Balance in general is really important. You have to balance out your polarities. You have to, because we have the scales here as well, you have to balance out the elements within yourself. Like you have lots of different potential for different abilities, but I feel like, again, channeling is one of the strongest ones. Being like an oracle, to channel these messages from guides, from spirits, from the higher divine. It's like, this is what you're meant to do. You're meant to bring this message outwards to other people. You literally are a vessel for divine influence. They work through you. That's just what I'm getting here. Go figure. We have Imaram. Where are you being called to journey? So I feel like you guys are, you might have a strong connection to Egypt, or maybe like Ireland, Celtic areas. The point that I'm getting at here is you might be very drawn to sacred sites. Greece. You know, where is it? Where was the Orca of Delphi? Yeah? Whatever. You get my point. You're like attracted and you're curious about these sacred sites because it's like you have a strong connection to them. There was a reason why people were strongly connected, because you can literally feel the energy of the places. So you might also be very sensitive to ley lines in land. You can feel where the ley lines are. You can find these places of power. You're very sensitive to that. You may be somebody, you work on this higher plane of like the high priestess, where it's like you work with all of these elements. You also work with all these spirits. You might be able to communicate with like the Fey realm or whatnot, and work with those elementals to help you with your magic work. So you can do a lot of different things, but again, I feel like that channeling is just what I keep going back to. Empowerment. You are very empowering. You can empower yourself and others by giving them inspiration and determination. The determination of your mind and soul will guide you toward unleashing your inner power. You have a lot of inner power. And we have intuition. Yeah, the power of intuition will light your path, providing a connection to the divine. You have a very strong innate intuition. You might just know when things are going to happen because, again, you're channeling those things. We have the blue dragon from Pleiades. Prepares you to accept source healing. Accept a heart activation. Give and receive heart healing. So again, you might feel very strongly connected to Pleiades, that star system. You might look up at the night sky. You just feel a strong drive to it. You are definitely connected to that healing source energy. We also have Lord Shiva with Transcendence. Rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given. Dance with the divine universe. So again, maybe even like dancing is a way for you to channel. I'm just thinking there's like multiple different places throughout the world where it's like the priestesses or priests of these different tribes or whatnot, or different religious groups will get into a meditative trance, and they'll even be dancing, and that's like a way for them to connect to the divine. So I feel like you guys have an ability like that. And look at that, we have the collaborator with the moon. So again, so much of the high priestess energy is coming out here because the high priestess is related to the moon. I co-create to create. Cooperative, receptive, connective, supportive, curious, empathetic, responsible, insightful, accepting, inclusive, reliable, co-creative. You're very good with working with other people. And again, that's a huge part of, even a part of your gifts is working with another. If it's just one person or it's a group of people, like you're meant to work with other people when it comes to your abilities. You need to regularly cleanse your body and your energy because, again, you're sensitive to that. We also have awareness. Yeah, you're very aware. You're very intuitive. You have this strong inner world, and like you are, again, I just feel like you're like I don't know, I'm just getting the imagery of like a maypole. You are the pole that everybody else is going around and putting their energy towards, if that makes sense. We have guardians. Wow. And we have the horse. Look at that. Sun, Freyr energy, fertility energy, masculine energy. You have guardians. It's just like, Jesus Christ, guys. Again, you guys are meant to be like high priestesses. So let's get a little more specific, get a few more messages. Let's talk about the Two of Cups. So with that is love, healing, meeting of hearts, reconciliation, the power and experience of love, creative blessings that result from the meeting of hearts, a romantic relationship or any meeting of hearts, minds, and souls, the union of opposites or polarities, using the power of love to heal, to engender cooperation, or to affect reconciliation. So interesting. Let's also talk about the camel in particular here. So, and that is actually a water element. So, actually, no, excuse me, it's a fire element. Meh. But it is related to water, actually. Resourceful, independent, know oneself. The camel can handle absolutely anything, as it carries a wealth of nourishment within. This wondrous creature is self-reliant and handles challenge with ease, even in the face of excess heat, judgment, or anger. The camel searches inside for the cool elixir of water to calm the situation. The camel represents the ultimate form of bringing opposites into balance, fire and water, and being responsible for one's own reactions. The camel is a wonderful traveler and is especially fond of trips to faraway lands. When in balance, calm, content, sparkle in the eye. When out of balance, dehydrated, lacks vitality. To bring into balance, a pilgrimage. So that's so crazy. Again, both of these cards are talking about the balance of polarities. So that is extremely important to you, the balance of opposites. You might have a lot of things going on in your natal chart where it is like opposites of signs. Maybe you're predominantly like fire and water, or you're predominantly like earth and air or something. Like, it's like these weird kind of polarities, but they work in you. They're part of you. They're important to your balance and to your abilities. And again, I feel like, again, we have that talk about faraway lands. So again, you're going to have an interest in that. You're going to need to travel. You're going to need to explore these things because it's, again, you feel like you're just drawn to these different, very specific places and specific sites, because it's like that is an area of power for you. And it's like, it's almost like I'm just seeing like a video game where it's like you go to a certain spot for a mission and you collect the item and you gain a new ability, or you gain a new skill. Literally traveling to these different places, you will level up, I feel like, your energy and your skills by doing that. You're going to be upgrading and moving towards this transcendence of more of who it is you're supposed to be as this high priestess. So because I keep talking about the high priestess, we're going to read this card. So she is saying, align with the light and focus of all things positive. The high priestess is the physical embodiment of the divine feminine, the goddess in human form. She has had many names through time and space, but her essence has remained similar: fierce, powerful, and disciplined. In many traditions, particularly pre-Christian, the high priestess was in charge of spiritual and religious orders and was the voice of authority and guidance from the gods. See, the voice from and the authority from the gods, that channeling. The high priestess in this deck is the consort of the partner of the high priest. See, she has a divine counterpart that she needs. Well, it's like, it's not necessarily, I don't want to say like she needs as in the sense like she's not independent or strong on her own, like, is no, because you are, but she needs the other help to balance out the polarities. You see what I mean? So If you look at them together, you will see that they mirror each other's energy. She is joined by a black cat representing the Egyptian goddess Bast, who protects her from lower energies, and she stands strong in her glory and power. You are a mystic with the capacity to connect with the energies that go beyond the human senses. Within you is a force of magic that is directed by your will. There's an opportunity for you to rise up at this time, but it requires dedication and discipline. You are being guided to look to what you are working on or at the situation before you determine where your priorities lie. If you're unable to figure that out, you must use your intuition and discernment to focus on what will bring you closer to your goal and the happiness of everyone involved. When this card arrives, it's also important for you to check in with your intuition, as it will give you guidance that will be of importance to your growth. And you literally have the intuition card. So yeah, follow your intuition, listen to it. It's extremely important for you guys to do that. Again, trust your talents because they're here to help you. Let's see about the cauldron with containment. So, cauldron is all about, there is important information missing. Someone is hiding something from you. Don't make your move until you have all the details. Harness and nurture your natural gifts. Harness and nurture your natural gifts. The world is not ready for what you have to offer. Wait until the right time. So again, listen to your intuition, especially when it comes to another person. You need to listen and see what it is they have to say. And maybe part of that is just taking a moment to rest. Don't be so in the middle of all of it. So let's go ahead and also talk about the horse and the guardians here. So starting off with the guardians. What do they have to say to you guys? The guardians. Upright, immunity, strength, and longevity. If you have chosen this card, it may indicate that a situation or relationship which seems to be in difficulty can be preserved and strengthened if action is taken. Sometimes if there's no expectation of a quick fix, a problem can slowly be turned around over a period of time by a number of possibly quite small adjustments. The three guardians act by gradually strengthening the key organs of the body. Similarly, if you take actions to strengthen specific aspects of a relationship, this will in time affect every part of it. Rather than focusing on areas of weakness between you, identify where you do connect well and try to build on these. Long-term relationships need healthy immune systems that can cope with the inevitable stresses that arise between two individuals. That is so weird. Also, can I have an immune boost, please? But no, seriously, guys, like that is so crazy. It's talking about relationships and partnerships, and you have the Two of Cups. So some of you are already in a relationship, in a commitment, and this person is so important to you and your path, and there's problems right now. There's challenges. You need to work on it. You need to make subtle adjustments. It's not just you, though. It's also the other person. You both need to find a common ground, and you need to communicate and work on these. Because, again, it's so important for you guys to collaborate together. You are the high priestess, whether you're male or female. You represent this energy, and they're your priest. So you guys have to find that common ground. With the horse here, let's see what the lovely horse here has to say. I'm just getting good energy off the horse here. Drive, loyalty. Horses are extremely loyal. Let's see. Where is this card? I should have looked at the front to find the specific. Oh, here we go. Horse. The goddess, the land, travel. Have all of these things not already come up multiple times in this reading already? The goddess is the high priestess, travel. We had multiple cards talking about that. Land, connection to land. So the spirit of each, hopefully I'm saying that right, that's horse, calls us to journey to travel. This may manifest itself as a desire to travel in the physical world, or it may be drawn to voyaging in the inner realms. She brings us energy and speed and connects us to the power of both the land and the sun. The horse goddess is a patroness of the complete life cycle of birth, death, and afterlife and rebirth. But working with the spirit of horse, we will grow to feel comfortable with each aspect of the life cycle, knowing that the goddess protects and guides us through each of its stages. So yes, this is all about life cycles. It's about the goddess. It's about claiming your high priestess energy. So yeah, I feel like you guys, when it comes to your gifts, you are literally this embodiment and this vessel for the divine, for channeling messages, for communing with these other spirits, listening to your intuition. Like, you are an oracle of some sort. You are definitely a high priestess. And you need to work on that energy. And part of it is not for you to work alone. You're meant to have this partner, or you already have found this partner, and they are highly important for you in your work because they help to just balance out those polarities for you. So that is everything I'm sensing off this particular group. So if this resonated, please do leave a like on this video. Comment down below what you thought about it. If you'd like to help and support the channel in any way, make sure to subscribe. Check out all my links down in the description to Instagram, to Redbubble, to Ko-fi, to my Amazon wish list. And if you'd like to book a private reading with me or me and my Pisces-Twin, all that info is also down in the description. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. For those of you who picked pile 4 with the Bumblebee Jasper and this particular little image, let's go ahead and jump into what's going on for your cards. So for your tarot card, we have the 9 of Wands. So I feel like you have a very strong auric field, and you can really set up some very strong boundaries, like kind of like a bubble where things just can't penetrate your shields. We also have the eagle appearing here. So look at that yellow-orange colors coming out right here. So a very similar kind of like energy radiating out. So again, I feel like you have a very strong, going back to the aura field, and your solar plexus chakra and your sacral chakra are going to be important here, especially more so your solar plexus, so personal power. You have a lot of personal power. We have someone with a death here, so death, transformation, yeah, rebirth. Oh, we have the great severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. We're definitely going to talk about this card because this is a weird card right here. Severing. So yeah, again, I feel like you can do some like serious damage when it comes to like severing energetic ties between you and other people. Like to the point where it's like you can literally like, I'm just going to say, like, hurt somebody else with cutting of the energy and like, or projecting your own energy outward. It's something like that. We also have leadership here. Take charge of the situation. So a lot of you have a strong leadership abilities because you have this strong energy where it's like your energy demands attention. It's so interesting because we have the peacekeeper though. Let go of the need to be right. So here's your challenge. I feel like it's like you're meant to be this leader, but it's like a leader where it's like you're softening to love because you have this strong Mars energy. It's like you are a warrior, you can fight, and you like to fight, but it's like, and you have like this, you have anger, and you thrive in this conflict, but it's like you have to learn to let that go, to really step into your true power here. So with the peacekeeper there, we also have the drum, dream and journey, and we have broken arrow. Embrace the energy of peace, literally peacekeeper and embrace the energy of peace. So this is what you need to do. Also, you guys could be very good at dream manipulation. You can go through many journeys on your dreams. You can astral project during your sleep and in your dream state. It's kind of like that energy of death where it's like almost like a mini death or something where it's like you can leave your body for a time. We also have, look at this, true love come to me. True love shall come to me. As I do, will so mote it be. So I'm feeling like you guys are holding on to a lot of this warrior energy from a past life where it's like you were in war, you maybe have lost a true love in a past life, or it's like you didn't love at all in a past life, and now it's like in this lifetime you don't have to be at war, at conflict with something. You need to let that go and accept and bring in that love that is meant for you. Especially we also have joy here as well. So as as I do will, so mote it be. Let joy and light radiate from me. So again, it's that joy coming out. It's taking this energy and refining it and reversing it from the anger, the conflict, from the I gotta go, I have to fight, I have to have these defenses up, to I am accepting, I'm loving, I'm joyful, I am joyful in bringing in other people with this exciting energy. If that makes sense. Yeah, because again, you have a soul family to connect with here in this lifetime. So soul family, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. So again, that's what I'm feeling like. I feel like there's something about this pile that I feel like maybe you are kind of dealing with a situation where your south node is in a fire sign and your north node is in an air sign, potentially. Like specifically your south node is in Aries and your north node is in Libra. I feel like maybe some of you are dealing with a very strong situation of that with your nodes. So the Aries, you know, the idea is like your south node kind of represents what you were dealing with in a past life, while your north node is what you need to work on in this life. So the south node is what it feels comfortable and easy to you and you just naturally fall into, and the north node is what's challenging but what you really need to work on. So a south node in Aries, for example, some of you might be dealing with that, where it's like you were the lone warrior. You were on your own. You didn't need anybody. You were just fighting on your own. In this lifetime, you have this north node in Libra, which is all about soul family. It's about connecting with other people. It's about collaborating with other people. So this is like, maybe some of you are working with that challenge, or again, you're working with a very similar situation. Let's see what's coming out here. So we have luck. With a clear direction for what you want to achieve, you're summoning energies that bring good luck. We also have really, you have luck and you have manifestation. Turn desires into reality by activating the power of manifestation. So again, you guys can really manifest some things because you have some luck on your side, I feel like. What am I getting at here when it comes to your abilities? Again, a strong aura field. Again, maybe some manifestation, strong manifestation abilities. You're meant to be a leader. Your energy is very desirable as a leader. But a leader in this lifetime where it's like about peace. It's about bridging gaps. Let's see if we can get any other information. Communication, writing, coming out here again. Golden orange dragon. Look at that. There's that energy coming out. That orange, yellow, golden color is like the dominant color here. So it's kind of that fire energy, but I feel like it's more than just like kind of fire energy. It's like a higher energy than that. Expand your light to ascension. Be a peace. Are you fucking kidding me? I didn't look at any of these cards for right now, and I cannot believe the secret. I mean, look how many different decks I pulled from here, and literally we have that coming out. Be a peaceful warrior, peacekeeper, embrace energy of the peace, help those in need, remember your magnificence. Wow, you guys are meant to be, you're meant to take that warrior energy now in this lifetime and use it for the purposes of healing and for bringing people together and being a peaceful person, to bring together the soul family. We also have the divine director, intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. See, happiness is your purpose here in this lifetime. The advocate, Saturn. So definitely take a look at where your Saturn is in your natal chart. Saturn can be a very interesting placement. It can do a lot of different things. It can be a challenging one, or it could be a beneficial placement as well. You need to look at both your Saturn and your Jupiter. They go hand in hand. So align with the greater good of all, for all. And look at the energy. Look at the colors here. We have it happening again. That is so strange. Even look at this, because you have all this purple, and look at what's in the death card. It's literally all these same colors. Excuse me. But anyway, I align with the greater good of all. Humanitarian, resourceful, ingenious, idealistic, resilient, outspoken, opinionated, rebellious, a champion, supportive, compassionate, democratic, passionate, Driven and devoted. Very interesting. We also have the card Breathe. Some of you need to work more on your breathing. Meditation might be part of your power. It's like you can manifest, you can manifest, and you can also, like, in meditation, you can build up that energy and that power, and harness it to do something with it. I feel like that's kind of your guys' ability here. So we also have the plantain, and we have the goose, and the goose has to do with family. I know it does, because I've read this card before. So very interesting here. So part of the stuff that I brought up here, because again, I'm just gonna throw this out here, like, I feel like some of what this particular group is going through is kind of feels connected to some of the stuff that I've got going on in, like, my own natal chart and stuff. So it's like, that's why I'm bringing that specific stuff up. It's interesting that Saturn's coming up, because I do know that my Saturn is in Pisces, actually. So, and it's got some interesting other things going on in my Saturn in that particular house. I almost want to say it's not in mine. I can't remember where my house is, where that's in right now. But yeah, my Saturn is kind of interesting. It's a little bit different than normally what sometimes Saturn will be for some people. So that might be, again, something to look out for. But yeah, this is a very interesting group. Yeah, I'm not getting so much of other than, like, the really strong aura thing and that energy manipulation. This feels more about, like, what you're supposed to be doing with your purpose here. And that is, again, taking that warrior energy that you have and putting it towards this peaceful warrior purpose of, you are being guided. You know, happiness is your appointment. True love, joy, you know, building this life. It's like kind of like it almost feels like the universe is wanting to kind of, like, give you a break after what you experienced in, like, a past life, where it's like you did all of this warring, you did all of this fighting, and it's like, now it's like, this is your time to rest and to take that energy and put it into something more positive in building, you know, community, and kind of putting an end to that energy, because you don't need it anymore. Very interesting stuff. So let's get a little more specific here and talk about. Oh, I opened up right to it. That is so fucking weird. Nine of Wands. Final challenge. Caution. You may have emerged from a struggle, but are worried about the worst is to come. Remain cautious. Fear and conflict ultimately spring from within. Having been wounded, you may isolate yourself as a means of defense. Difficulty accepting your achievements, strengths, and talents. Recovery from an illness. Open up to a wholeness and healing. So those might be things you're struggling with. Then, of course, we have the eagle. So the eagle, where is the eagle? The eagle is all about all-pervading power, truth-seeking, transforms karma. The noble eagle emanates the light of the sun. This great bird is both physically and spiritually strong and represents mastery over the elements of fire and air. So this is the predominant elements in this particular group are air and fire. So this is that's like what I was talking about with the north and south nodes. It's like fire and air element. Yeah, that's so crazy. Anyway, when the eagle appears, you'll soon be thrown into the karmic fire for the sake of your transformation. And you have the death card right next to it. The eagle pushes us to be our best and brightest selves and stops at nothing to see us shine. Grasp the sun in your talons and hold on for the ride. You are stronger than you think, eagle child. When in balance, bright, radiant, and challenges. When out of balance, controlling. To bring into balance, step into the unknown. So that's pretty powerful stuff right there. So let's, of course, also talk about the death card here that we have, because that just leads into that transformation. So with that, it's all about, where did it go? Let go of old patterns and behaviors. Again, let go of this past life stuff, or even stuff from this life where it's like you have your defenses up, where you were hurt, where you were wounded in this lifetime by people, by situations. You need to let go of all of that, and because it's only going to hold you back. You have a greater purpose here to bring this joy and happiness for yourself, because you deserve it, but also to other people through these connections and through this collaboration, to help you manifest. So take a risk. Fear is preventing your freedom. Embrace your croning years and step into your wisdom. A death changes your outlook. I also want to read that Great Severing. That card is just like, that is so strange. So this is a shadow card, one that may feel confrontational. Don't be afraid. It's here to bring to the surface anything that's standing in the way of letting love in. The warring planet of Mars is our constant reminder that it's important to soften, forgive, and to find our way back to love. There are many things in the human experience that make it difficult for our heart and soul to stay open to the never-ending source of love. We are all wounded, and our consciousness wounds inflict wounds on others. It can feel like a never-ending dance we can never escape. If we aren't careful, before long we'll see the world as a scary, dangerous place where fear and anxiety roam free. If this card surfaces, it could be for two reasons. Firstly, for you to acknowledge the difficult emotions, situations, conflicts, wounds, and fears that are causing you pain and anxiety. And secondly, for you to find your way back to love. When we're hurt, it's normal to close off our heart to the world, to let the painful experience confirm the agony of separation in earthly life. Soften and find your way back to love anyway. When the fear, anxiety, and paranoia paralyze you, it's normal to want to hide away from others and from the world. Come out of your cave and soften your heart anyway. We're all innocent children spinning our way around the world. Find a way to see the innocence in all people, especially yourself. Wow. That is a pretty powerful card to get here. So let's also go ahead and talk about the goose and the plantain here. So with the plantain, its meaning is assertiveness, calm, and resilience. Plantains are extraordinarily resilient. If you have chosen this card, it may indicate that you're being called upon to display a similar characteristic. Although plantains may drive gardeners mad, they can help admiring its tenacity. The way it hugs low to the ground, refuses to budge. Maybe that's what you need to do. You just need to be aware of the difference between being a doormat and a plantain. If you let people walk all over you, you need to look at becoming more assertive and defending your boundaries more robustly. If, however, you just know you must stand your ground, even if it means putting up with difficulties and criticism and perhaps keeping a low profile, then you're acting like the plantain. Remember that however many times the plantain is trodden on, within it lies soothing ingredients. Leaves lie soothing ingredients. Regardless of how tough life is, in the end, the real healing comes from within. So again, a lot of this is talking about like shadow work, healing inner work. I also feel like there's a warning here of like, maybe some of you are struggling too much with being stubborn to the point of denying yourself that you have maybe these defenses too up, and you need to kind of loosen up a little bit, let the love in again. So let's also talk about the goose. And so the goose is all about vigilance, parenthood, and productive power. This card may indicate that you're ready to take on the responsibilities of raising a family or of committing yourself to a long-term partnership. Goose brings creative and productive power. It allows you to open up to this power, secure in the knowledge that your relationship or family or working partnership will provide a stable environment to act as a crucible for your creativity. Raising children is one of the most joyful and worthwhile activities we can undertake, and the goose, with its strong attachment to its family, combined with its ability to fly extraordinarily high from one continent to another, shows that it's possible to be both grounded and spiritual in our daily lives. So, again, you guys need to also work on being grounded and also being spiritual. Again, soul family, literally building a family, having children, raising children, that might be important for your purpose in this particular lifetime and part of your abilities. As far as abilities go, again, the strongest thing I'm getting here is the aura and the energy. You might be very good with your intuition, breathing work, transforming yourself. You might have yeah, you can be very outspoken and opinionated and be like a champion for strong energy. again, it's also that message, let go of the need to be right. It's like you don't need to assert your opinion, though, in every single situation. Sometimes it's not, you need to pick and choose your battles wisely, I feel like. You might also just naturally have a very good physique or like natural stamina or something like that. Again, that kind of goes back to that warrior aspect. So that is everything really that I'm getting for this particular pile. This was a pile that was quite different from all the other ones. So yes, with that said, please do leave a like, comment down below, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and if you would like to help and support the channel in any way, there's going to be links to my my Ko-fi, my Redbubble, my Instagram, Amazon wishlist, all that good stuff. And if you'd like to book a private reading with me or me and my Pisces-Twin, all that info is also down in the description. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. For those of you who picked the 5th and final pile with this particular image in the sodalite stone, these have been some very different readings, so I'm very curious to see what this last one is. And so the card that we have here is the High Priestess in the reverse. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about the upright, and we're going to talk about the reverse more so because I feel like that is sort of the challenge here for you guys. We also have the Bat. So again, I feel like a lot of your powers are in the dark areas. They are, maybe right now they're obscured by your shadow self and you need to do that work. It's very subtle. It's very, it's the deep, it's the dank, it's the hidden realms that your power is in a lot. It's interesting because we also have water with cleansing. So the water is very much connected to your element. The moon is as well. The moon affects you and your moods. You have to do a lot of cleansing work for you guys. Like, I feel like more so than any other group, it's like, this is different. There was another group that had a lot of the High Priestess energy, but you guys are different because, again, she's coming out in the reverse first. You have to do even more cleansing work than anybody else. We also have, you are not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. So again, a lot of this has to do with you are really, like, I'm strongly in the sense that you guys are a group who picked this that are not like anybody else. You have, your darkness is a big part of who you are. And when I say darkness, I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean in a good way. Darkness is not inherently evil or something. Neither is light inherently good. Okay, if you get my drift here. Like, you guys are, you're an unusual group and you really need to embrace that weirdness. You're not going to be for everyone. Your messages, your powers are not for everyone because they lie in an uncomfortable place for other people. You have a lot of strength though. Everything you've experienced in your life has made you strong and courageous. You've gone through a lot of dark things, I feel like, that made you stronger. You might have very strong talents in music. So your connection to music is healing for others and yourself and for others. So you maybe are musicians, or music is very, you channel messages through music. It's healing for you. Also artists, so engage in artistic activities is beneficial for your career and for everyone in your life. So every area of your life. So yeah, it's like you are highly unusual. You are very unique. You have a unique way of seeing things, and a lot of people are going to take issue with it. Some people are going to be scared of it. Other people are going to be angered by it. It's like you are somebody who are going to really shake things up. You cause people to like stop in their tracks and like they're either going to love it or they're going to hate it, kind of thing is what I'm sensing. It could also be related to your sensuality or your sexuality. It's like people are going to have issues with that. It's like everybody's going to have an issue, but it's like you don't give a fuck. It's like it's their issue that they have that. We also have the Medicine Mother. Honor your inner knowing. So it's like, yeah, you guys have a strong intuition, but sometimes you don't listen to it because I feel like a part of this is because you let other people dampen your spirit and your weirdness. We also have energy. A light inside my fire divine. Energy fill me, make me shine. See? What was I just saying? You let other people dampen your shine. And it's like you need to release that because you have this strong energy about you. We also have Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. So you can tap into the Akashic records. You have a lot of divine knowledge from previous lifetimes that you can tap into, especially when you meditate. Meditation will transport you to a place of bliss and at any desired time of the day. So meditation is extremely important to you. Meditation, regular, strong cleansing. We also have motivation. Motivation kindles the passion and the energy needed to be working toward your goals. So again, don't get demotivated by other people and their energy. We also have, look at this, the fire coming through again. Magenta dragon enables you to bring forward your soul wisdom, the Akasha. Awaken your soul memories and higher spiritual understanding, prepares for accelerated ascension. So yeah, you have a lot of divine knowledge. We also have, look at all this red and orange coming through here. So Mary Magdalene, teacher awakens. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. Again, you have a divine mission here to teach others to be a leader here, because we have the sun energy. So what's your sun sign? I'm curious. Lead from the heart. Confident, brilliant, purposeful, courageous, committed, authentic, positive, inspiring, passionate, empowered, visionary, vital, and gregarious, trustworthy. We also have unexpected. Yeah, you are unexpected. You have unexpected ideas. You can like travel through different worlds in your mind. You have all these ideas, and they're weird. They're out there. They're different. You might be into like conspiracy theories or something, like the unusual and the weird. You like it, and again, sometimes it makes other people feel uncomfortable, but they're boring. So you don't need to impress them anyway. No, I'm just saying. And we have wolf and we have the Celtic bean. How cool. I'm very curious to see what... We got a lot to unpack here. So let's start with the High Priestess, because obviously she's important here and she's in the reverse. So even more so important here. So the High Priestess... in the reverse, illusion, delusion, deception, ignoring inner promptings. Don't ignore your intuition. Again, illusions, you guys are good at imagery. Again, maybe that's through your music or your art. It's like you can create these fantastic illusions and images that just like bizarre and awe people. And it's like it transports them to a different place. It's unexpected too. I feel like it's like the things that you imagine and you create, it's more than just your imagination. It's literally something you're tapping into from like other places, other dimensions. So you may be withdrawn from the world and need to reconnect with those around you and with everyday life. False relationships or false hopes resulting from not taking the time to be still. Again, you really need to be still. You need to be meditative a lot. Remember the quiet calm of the High Priestess and the ability, the magician, to act in the world and to see if you could access both functions within you. So that's important. You know, in the upright position, you know, it's all about the message of the High Priestess is present yourself before the mysteries of the life and before the goddess or her priestess in humility and with reverence, open to the stillness and the depths within you to gain strength and wisdom. You know, it's about depth, intuition, dreams, inner wisdom, gateway to intuition, the unconscious, the divine feminine. So these are the aspects that you need to head more towards and balance out with that action and that drive. So let's also talk about the bat here. So this is in the air element, and let's see what it has to say. I don't know if I've ever read the bat from this particular deck, so I'm very curious to see what it's all about. So the bat is darkness, letting go, death leading to rebirth. Before emerging, the bat waits for the sun to set and the moon to rise. In the darkness, it can see all that was visible in the daylight hours. The bat is a master of the subtle senses, of the underlying forces that cause some things to prosper and others to fade. The bat card shows up to signify the ending of a chapter, the closing of a door. The bat comes swiftly, encouraging us to move on. In just a few hours, a new day dawns, no more lingering in the past. So, when in balance, accepts, adapts, and adjusts. When out of balance, refuses to let go, reminisces. How to bring it to balance is to watch the sunrise. So, yeah, bats are... One, bats are not blind. They actually have very good eyesight. It's just that they don't need to use it because they have the echolocation. So it's like they can literally bounce sound off and get a mental image of their surroundings. So there it goes. Like that is kind of your abilities. It's like you can map out things without actually seeing anything. It's like it's part of this intuition. It's like you can create like a mind palace kind of situation in your mind where you can see things and you can map things out, and you can, through that, it's like you can know how to piece things together, and you can tap into like literally the Akashic records and find all this hidden knowledge. And people are like, how do you know that? It's like people are going to be like, you might just blurt out something that you just know. And you don't really know how you know it. It's just you know it, and people will just like turn and stare at you like you're fucking insane, because it's like you know this thing and you're spot on with it, and that makes them uncomfortable because it's like you just pick up on it. You just know it. But it's like that could be a really, really useful ability, especially as a leader. Again, we have water with cleansing, so I feel like that is so, so important for you guys though. Because I feel like you tap into these things in these pockets of different like worlds and dimensions that like other people don't, even people with abilities like this don't normally tap in, because it's like, it's a different place. You have to be careful because things might more easily want to attach themselves to you that you don't want to deal with. If that makes sense. Like, I feel like you guys you're kind of similar to one of the other groups. I want to say it was not really, but kind of group 3. I think group 3 had something with the High Priestess coming up, if that was, I'm remembering right. But theirs was different from yours. You are like the shadow aspect of the High Priestess, if that makes sense. Like, it's the darker aspects. It's those aspects that make people more uncomfortable, but are even more important. If that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making sense. This is a really cool group. Like, this is a group of people that I would want to hang out with, because it's like, you guys are just weird, and I like it. Like, you're very unusual, and it's just fun, to me, at least, because I like this energy here. It's very unexpected, and it's just like, you got some freaky things going on, and I want to see it, because it's like you have ideas. I want to see that world that you're seeing too. That makes sense. So with the water cleansing, you're empathetic. Your sensitivity is a gift. So again, some of you maybe are like highly strong empaths. That's why you need to cleanse more, and that's your gift. Protect it well. You are experiencing new psychic awareness. Vivid dreams are linked with emotion to be kept in check. Drink more water. Spend time by the sea. Stop trying to go against the natural flow. So, again, you guys might have very strong, vivid dreams of, like, very weird things. And maybe that's going to inspire you to write songs about it, or to draw about it, or, like, you know, stuff like that. Like, I feel like that is very much connected to you. So, let's also talk about the wolf and the Celtic bean. You guys are just a bunch of little weird beans, and I love you. It's so funny. I like it. But anyway, let's see. Celtic bean. Where is this guy? Celtic bean. Fertility, reincarnation, nourishment. So, the broad bean is associated with fertility and reincarnation. As it sprouts, it is a phallic symbol, and the bean, when it is formed, resembles an embryo. The ancients saw the plant as being in direct communication with the realm of the dead, and with their spirits returning from the underworld through the hollow stems of the plant. Choosing this card may indicate that something which you thought was dead has come back into your life in a new form. A relationship you believed was over may suddenly be revived, or a project that has been buried a long time ago may be bearing fruit in an unexpected way. Alternatively, you may be experiencing a sensual earthiness which seeks sexual expression, or you may find that you are drawn to expressing this earthiness in an artistic way. I mean, you literally have the artist and the musician card. So yeah, again, I bring this up every time. You know, sensuality and sexuality, it is very much closely tied and connected to creativity, through passion, through expression like that. So they go hand in hand. So if one is being activated, the other one is probably being activated as well. So it's like you need to work with both of those spheres because they go hand in hand. So the wolf here, let's see. Ooh, there it is. The wolf is intuition, learning the shadow. What was I talking about? Damn. A strong sense of faithfulness, inner strength, and intuition, but the wolf brings learning too. Sometimes you need to cross barriers, to take risks, to go beyond the limited compass of normal behavior in order to learn and grow. Although crossing these boundaries may seem unattractive or even painful, you need to not fear the inner power and the strength you feel when you spend time alone. Come to know your deepest self, and even in the darkest places, you will find courage and spiritual companionship. That is crazy. Literally the shadow, crossing boundaries. Like that's what you guys do, especially as this leader. It's like you're visionary in the sense where it's like you cross boundaries. I also feel like a message came through with that sort of, we're talking about like the fertility and the sexuality here with the Celtic bean. It's like some of you might be into unusual things in the sexual realm, like things that are maybe taboo or people find too kinky or something like that. Like I feel like that's coming through. It's like, but come on, that's like, they're vanilla. You're not. We don't want that boring shit here, okay? We're not about that boring shit here. So bring on the kinky shit. So that's just what I'm getting here. I'm just gonna say that's gonna resonate for some of you, might not resonate for others, but point being, you guys are a weird group. You have to embrace your weirdness, your uniqueness, because it's part of your power. You are visionary, you are different, and it's like you have this intuition and this connection to things that are just not of these other realms. They are of a different type, and even more so of a different type than what other people can connect to. Like, you can see things that are like, maybe other people, if they saw it, they would freak them the fuck out, like completely, but it doesn't bother you. That's just what I'm getting here. So maybe some of you also have a very strong healing ability as well with that medicine mother. Just going to throw that out as well, because again, but it's like, it's healing in not a traditional sense. It's healing through maybe your art, through your creative expression, that kind of thing. So with that said, that is everything I'm seeing for this particular pile. So if this resonated, please do leave a like on this video. Comment down below what you thought about it. Definitely was very curious about this group. And so if you'd like to help and support the channel in any way, please do consider checking out my Instagram, my Ko-fi, my Redbubble, Amazon wishlist, all that good stuff. And if you'd like to book a private reading with me or me and my Pisces-Twin, that info will also be down in the description. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.